Roy Peter uncle and Rita Roy auntie. Also Dr. Peter and Dr. Mary. M.K. Simon uncle and Mahima Simon auntie. Also Neha's sister Nandita. And the main highlight of today, Issac and Neha, along with the guests who have come here, who have been specially invited as family, as friends, as acquaintances, as support. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one true God, now and forevermore. Amen. I have a caveat before I start my sermon. I think you have to look a little more cheerful. Issac has fulfilled his promise. He has the most wonderful of smiles I have ever seen in a bridegroom. And I think the pep talk did a great deal of good. And Neha is also, actually before talking to them, Neha was smiling more and Issac less. But afterwards, now Issac is smiling more and Neha less. I just think Neha is being very bride-like and giving a little bit of space to Issac so that he can smile. It's important because otherwise people will feel that you are not smiling, because a lot of people who are here, I assume, are already married. There are those who are looking forward to getting married. So if you don't look cheerful, that actually means that you are thinking about your marriage and about the years that you have spent on that marriage. It's actually giving you nothing to smile about. And especially when I say this, I can see all the men who are actually laughing more than the women. But I don't think that's something to joke about, because in thickness and in ease, till death do us apart, we are called to be with one another. Of course, your wife is not as beautiful as she once was. Your husband is not as handsome as he once was. All that is there, and yet the love remains for those who know that all of this is right here within the heart. It also means, and it also should be, that the greatest gift, because I read the invitation card again, and at the end it says, no gifts, please. No gifts which involve money, but your presence, your cheerfulness, your smile is the best gift that you can offer today to Issac and Neha. So please feel free to smile. Sometimes people think we are not supposed to smile in church. Maybe the priest will say something if we smile. I don't think, because we have a vicar here who also has a very, very nice smile. And therefore, when we teach upcoming priests, we tell them, please smile, even if you don't want to sing or preach, keep smiling, because that is enough to get a full house in church. Today is a very, very important day, not only for us and for the church, especially for Issac and Neha. So I have three very simple things to put across. Firstly, putting each other first, like you put God first. I had the good opportunity to actually also conduct the wedding of Isaac's brother, Dr. Peter, and the beautiful Dr. Mary, back in 2017, I think, yes. And at that time, I must be honest, I was introduced the first time to Roy and Rita auntie. I didn't actually really inquire about what they were doing. They looked very well off, as they still look now, well fed, happy. Auntie is always praying, as she was then also, for good things. But to be honest, I never actually inquired what they were doing. But an uncle of mine then told me that they have apartments all over the city. So this time I did a little bit of research, and I came across PPD. I was wondering what on earth is PPD, and then I realized that it's Prime Property Developers. Why am I bringing this up today? already had a chat with you, and Isaac said that the most important thing in his life at the moment is work, which is good news for his dad and mom, because I think they are the managing directors of the firm, and also there's one more person, and then there are partners, and you are also a partner, Isaac. So the thing which I came across is that you talk about building relationships, and you also have the slogan which says, "We have always put you first." I hope you guys haven't forgotten about this. It's still there in your website. And many of the reviews that you have received are also based on what you have given as a product to people looking for a home. We all know that a house is not just brick and mortar, or bricks and cement, metal, and just a little bit of decoration here and there. It's much more than that. And therefore, when you actually say that we put you first, I assume that you really mean that, and it means a lot to the people who are eventually going to be your customers. Proverbs 3:6 says, "In everything you do, put God first, and He will direct you and crown your efforts with success." Now, obviously, God has to come first, but after that, Issac, Neha has to come first, and Neha, Issac has to come first. You have to do away with the ego that we have, with the small thinking that we have, with the ways in which we say that, okay, I come first and everyone later, because you have to see that. Cutthroat one also. Therefore, we never talk on the same terms. He has something else to say, I have something else to say. Recently, I have been thinking that actually business and business people are not so bad. The ones who are really serious and inspired by something are trying their best to give a product which they believe is the best to someone else. And therefore, they will lose sleep, they will work hard, they will even keep away family and try to do their best. So after all, business is not such a bad thing. So when you look at, when you imagine now, till now, Isaac has always had PPD. I've heard of PPT, I've never heard of PPD in his mind. So when he jumps up, as a dream, he'll say PPD. So now Neha, after a few days, I think even you'll start saying PPD. And it's nothing bad, because for what it stands for. When you come first, the other comes first. So marriage is a business. And I think you're going to really question me here, and you'll say, I don't know what these days, what priests are saying. You think they can say whatever. No, but again, I have to explain that. Marriage is a business which puts a smile on someone else's face. And this is when the business that we have as a humane face has something to do with God. Now, I am pretty sure that both of you have been blessed with God-fearing parents, and the blessings that you have also received are because of that. Now, Isaac and I have something in common. Now, we both like basketball. I don't know whether Isaac still plays. I have anyway given up. Catholic bishop in my town keeps calling me and says, come on, Achan, evening 4:30, come any day, we can play. I believe he wants to hammer me and wants to say that, see, the Catholic Church won even for basketball against Jacobite Church. So I've kind of promised myself that I'll go one day. Whenever that day will be, I'll be pretty ready for that. And he already told me, let's not go to the medical college, because in the medical college, he said this in Malayalam, and he said, അവിടെ ചെന്നാൽ പിള്ളേർ നമ്മളെ കുത്തും, അപ്പം കാലും കൈയും ഒക്കെ വെച്ച് അവർ ആ സമയത്ത് നോക്കിയിരിക്കുകയാണ് ബിഷപ്പിനും അച്ഛനും ഞാൻ വീഡിയോ എടുക്കാനായിട്ട്. അപ്പം ഇതിൽ വന്നാൽ കോർട്ടിൽ വന്നാൽ അങ്ങനെ തന്നെ ചെയ്യുമെന്ന് പറയും. So you know that every sport is about teamwork. So you have done reasonably well in your career so far, Issac and Neha also. From now on, you have to also know that you're going to work as a team, but you're always going to. So it's not going to be that gentlemanly behavior where Isaac has to always open the doors for you, Neha. If Isaac's hands are full, I suppose you have to open the door for him. And this is the way that your marriage has to go forward. Secondly, I asked Neha, especially about her surname. And I asked, and I told her, നിങ്ങൾ ഭയങ്കര പൈസക്കാരാണോ അതുകൊണ്ടാണോ മുതലാളി എന്ന പേര് വെച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്? Immediately she said, no, it has nothing to do with that, something else. So I also thought I should maybe perhaps read about that. And she said that she's also from Kollam. And then I was very interested. And interestingly, I also then saw in the invitation card that you're also involved with Kurdamanal family. Yes. So these are families I know actually. And so I kind of looked up. So came up with two things. One, Mudarali can be seen from the perspective of I am the one, I am the first, I am the only. That's one way of looking at Mudarali. The other way of looking at Mudarali is especially to look at 855 AD, the arrival of Mar Sahur and Mar Aprot, and especially the connection that they had with Bab Jesu Mudarali. So being a Mudarali, which means being someone who is primary, someone who is first, also means that you have a responsibility. So the word there, especially Kadisha Church, it's just mean Kadisha actually means holy. So which means you are the holy one. And which means if you are the holy one, you also have a holy responsibility. 1 Peter chapter 1 verses 15 and 16 say, but as he who called you is holy, you also be holy in your conduct, since it is written, you shall be holy, for I am holy. A lot of people, as couples, we try to teach each other. And the girl trying to change the boy, boy trying to change the girl. This is what usually happens. I personally feel that we shouldn't do that. That you individually should work on your personal lives. Isaac, from today, you are also Mudarali. I think anyway you were, but just didn't use the name. So, meaning, Neha is going to inspire. And 1 Corinthians 7:16 is very, very inspiring, and at the same time, different verse from what all of us usually think about St. Paul. It says, for how may you be certain, O wife, that you will not be the cause of salvation to your husband, or you, O husband, that you may not be the same for your wife. Meaning, Neha, just take care of yourself, your spiritual life, and Isaac will feed on it. That's what we do in basketball. They feed it. But the ball will give it to others also. And we're used to that. So these are terminologies. Isaac, same thing goes for you. Instead of telling Neha, do this, you have to do it. And she will invariably feed out of you. So you have to, both of you have to say, I am the chosen one. Yes, you are the chosen one for each other. So yes, Mudarali has a really, see how God works. With one, you have the firm, you made a connection. The other one, see the surname, you have a connection. Both beautifully coming together to bring your families together who are individually already good, to come into a formidable alliance which is being set right and sealed by none other than God Himself. Finally, another strange advice for you. Keep fighting. So usually people say, don't fight. Just give up, be patient, else keep fighting. But again, it should be a different kind of fight. They're all people who are angry with different kinds of things. I don't know whether I said this for your wedding guys, but I was thinking today because it came across my mind, and then I wanted to make sure, but it's such a long time ago, I have no video with me, so I have no idea whether I've actually said it. A husband and a wife were talking to each other, the husband was shouting to the wife, The wife didn't say anything. She just sat there just like that. And then the husband finally said, how can you manage to be so patient? And then she said, I just clean the toilet whenever you shout at me. She said, really? These things really work? You can actually do that? Be patient? And then she said, yes. Every time I do it with your toothbrush. So obviously, I am very patient, right? That's enough. So please don't try this at home. After reading this, I was like, I went to my bathroom, checked my toothbrush, took it, put it in a cover, hid it in my cupboard. Even though my wife is not here in Tiruvalla at the moment, but I still thought that even if it vaguely goes across her mind. So the thing that I'm trying to say here is that these are basic instincts inside us. The moment we just keep keeping them down, that means it's going to be bottled up and will come out at some point of time. So channelize it and use it positively. Always tell us to do sports because if you're angry, you can kind of do something with it on the court. Here, Matthew 10:34 says, in the second, another strange verse, Jesus says, do not think that I have come to send peace to the earth. I came not to send peace, but to sword. So fight for the right things and for justice in your life. Fight away your anxieties and your fears. Fight for each other and not against each other. The moment you start doing this, marriage will be a lovely, lovely journey. Take it from me, I think I am well equipped to talk about this than many, many other people. I have an intercontinental love affair still going on in my home. The best thing about it is my wife never fights with me. The reason being, the moment she starts fighting, she'll say something, so I immediately also, I won't say anything, I'll just be quiet. And she'll say that I can't do. So what we do here, now imagine I am in Tiruvalla, my wife was in Chagnasheri, and now she would immediately say, I'm packing my bags and going home. So the husband should say, please don't go. But husbands will never say that. So then they will go, after 2 days they'll call, we'll see you, no, I'm busy, I'll come. So then eventually we will go, we'll call, we'll come back. In my case, it's not like that. My wife will say, I'm really angry, so I won't say it. I'm going to book my tickets, I won't say anything. So that night she will look at the tickets, it's pretty expensive, especially to and from. She'll say, okay, maybe 2 or 3 days I'll check again and see. 2 or 3 days she'll check again and still tickets are available. By the end of the week, she will forget what she was angry at me. And therefore, I'm really blessed to actually say that my wife belongs to another continent. But jokes apart, this is something that God has called you to do. God is going to bless you here. So just see, Isaac already changed. He was really looking serious through the screen. I just told him, Isaac, because it was from his perspective. I said, Isaac, when you smile, you're the most handsome man in this world. And Isaac was like, that's true. That's true. Actually, you are very smart. So this was very good that we had this session. Till then he was like, I'm really tired. I asked him, he said, I just drove for 5 hours, I got to sleep. This Sachin wants to see me and talk to me. I don't know what he's going to say. But the moment I said that, he's like, no, I'm not sleepy, I'm very fresh. And say some more of that actually. But it's worked out really well. That so much that he is looking at me and kind of, what, smile? So it's like that. Usually it's the other way around. So I'm sure that God's going to bless you. God's going to bless your families, all the people who have come here. I join Father Anish and everyone else here in wishing you a blessed and happy married life.